All right, guys, here we go. We are hosting Real Madrid, and this is really the game for our Champions League hopes and dreams. I'm not sure that this is going to go the way that we were hoping, but we'll see what happens. They beat us last time in Champions League. We beat them in the actual Premier League, and so now it's our time to get revenge. Atalanta has already clinched a playoff spot. We have to hope that they beat Lazio and that we beat Real Madrid. If we do that, we can sort of back our way into this with 8 points. I don't know if I would bet on it. So if you're taking bets right now, I would recommend maybe not betting on us to win. I mean, I really, really am not convinced it's going to happen, but we'll see. We are just absolutely besieged by injuries, and we could use a win because we need the money. We also have no money on this squad, believe it or not. A Manchester United squad with no money, who would have thought? We've got a lot of players who are tired, a lot of players who are injured, and here's Bobby Charlton down to Giggs. Giggs over to Figueroa, up to Trésor. Figueroa. Back to Trésor. Looking pretty good. We're holding on. It's up to Pele. Pele forward to Rashford. Beautiful. Way to thread the needle. Pele. Beautiful pass. I mean, that went between about 3 or 4 different players, and he found his man as if he was right in front of him. Here's Eriksen with the corner. Knocks this over, looking for, I think it's Figueroa, and that's headed back out by the defender. We'll get another shot at a corner here. So let's see what Eriksen can do, and he plants this one forward, far side, doesn't quite work. Bobby Charlton goes back and wins that over to Casemiro, and that's the end of the highlight. So, I mean, it was a great attempt, I'll tell you that. This is the pass right here, though, that I love to see. I mean, it's just beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4 different guys, and he knocked it right in between them and found Rashford immediately. You're not going to see another player like Pele, I'll tell you that. Wow. What a pass, what a show. And this is from a player who's fatigued, who's probably mad at me for playing him too much. So let's see if we can't get this ball off of Rodrigo. I'm not sure who. Was that Giggs who was chasing after him? Monseglio wins it over to Pele to Cristiano Ronaldo. And there it is for Casemiro, who's behind the defense. Tackle from behind, but Ronaldo is able to get to it. And it does go down to Giggs. There he is, over to Pele with the header, and that is saved by their keeper. Still 0-0, and, we're doing okay. I mean, it could be worse. It definitely could be worse, and it has been worse in the Champions League. And I was about to say it's about to get worse, but no, that one was over the net, so it hasn't gotten worse quite yet. Giggs with the throw over to Bobby Charlton. Figueroa, Trésor, Figueroa, back to Leviashin. Leviashin over to Monseglio, finds him. Up the middle, and boy, you saw 2 Real Madrid players collide with each other. That was a comedy of errors, and they were still able to get the ball for an attacking movement. That was interesting. It's tackled by his own player as they were both going for the ball at the same time. There's no goal that comes at the end of this, fortunately, as Ronaldo is able to get back and knock that one out for safekeeping somewhat, and that is the end of that highlight, which is exactly what we want to see. So it's still 0-0, but they seem to have some momentum, and that's the thing I worry about. Rashford wins this, but not quite. Eriksen not able to capitalize. And Leviashin just stands there and grabs that ball as it comes to him like he knew it was happening all along. Throws this over to Monseglio, down to Casemiro, and then up to Eriksen, to Charlton. Finds Giggs. And so when they play close on the keeper, we make them pay because they don't have enough guys back. Here's Rashford. And the ball is stripped from him really, really easily. And this is knocked back very quickly. We're going to have to go back and try to get them. And you can see... who is that? I think it's Eriksen there with the red hair trying to get back as fast as he can, and it just wasn't quite fast enough. However, their shot is over the goal and amounts to nothing. Figueroa over to Trésor, back to Monseglio, to Casemiro, back to Monseglio, over to Ronaldo. Here we go. Ronaldo, Pele. Pele does a good job holding on to possession over to Trésor. Pele with a little bit more English there on those passes. Here's Rashford up to Bobby Charlton. Rounds the keeper, and boy, that was a really, really good recovery by their defender. It's almost like he teleported over there. So that was like watching one of those EA Sports Madden specials where the defender disappears and suddenly reappears and makes the perfect tackle. Unfortunately, here is Rodrigo, who was running in front of everybody trying to get some sort of attack. And I think that their counterattack has fizzled out. I hope so, at least. Rashford, this beautiful ball forward. And yeah, look at this defender. Great job getting in the right position. I don't know if you've ever seen any of those NBA games live, but if you do and you pay attention to what the defense does, that's what they do. They get in your face as quick as possible, and they take away all possible options so that you're forced to do something that's not what you wanted to do. And that's exactly what they just did to Bobby Charlton. Very, very good defense. And so, I have to tip my hat to him. There's Rashford over to Casemiro. Casemiro over to Rashford. How did he get down there that fast? I thought it was Ronaldo with the throw. I'm like, how did he do that? Well, that's what happens when you don't know how to read. Rashford with the shot, and it's off of a defender, and it ends up amounting to nothing. And now it is our turn to be on the defensive once again. It feels like we haven't really had much momentum so far in this match, which is exactly like every single one of the Champions League matches has felt. And draw, I mean, is okay, but we don't get anything from a draw. We need a win. Levi Yashin jumps up and grabs this, and then we need Atalanta to win. If they don't win, then we're sunk no matter what, and this is not a good position to be in. Eriksen over to Rashford to Bobby Charlton. Back to Rashford again over to Giggs, and he finds Charlton there in the middle, and there's the goal. And so I was out there screaming at them, demanding more, and they heeded my cries and answered exactly the way that I wanted them to. It is 1-0 for Manchester United, and this is exactly what we wanted to do. Giggs had a beautiful, beautiful pass over to Bobby Charlton, set him up nicely. Charlton took it first time, and not going to stop that one. And so, and now they're all frustrated by the feedback because I told them to give me more right after they scored. And what do? They're just about allowed another goal to get through. Fortunately, Levi Yashin is very professional, and he doesn't worry too much about what the coach has to say. That's the way to do it. We've moved up to second place, which is where we want to be. Now, if we can hold on, we'll stay up there, but I don't know. And I don't know if I have a great feeling about all of this. It would be nice, though, if we could sort of back end into this. That would be a very, very nice thing for us. Pele is about to come off, and we'll put Maradona on. It would be really nice if we could back into this. That's the thing, because that would help us out. It would help us out a lot in terms of our finances. That is what we could use. We could use a little bit of sort of backdoor magic. Let's refresh our defenses just a little bit. We'll put 2 guys in there, and that looks like all that we really need to do here. So we'll go here to the second half. Maradona, Casemiro, over to Monseglio. Down to Maradona again. He almost loses it, wins it again. Monseglio now to Casemiro, and that's a poor pass. Maradona is called for the foul. Very good foul by Maradona, stopping that from getting out of hand. That's the sort of thing that we need to see. I know that it looks ugly, but we want to slow it down when they have the ball and speed it up when we have it. Casemiro to De Vici passes it forward for Rashford, and we're speeding it up. So he's just like I told you. Rashford trying to force in a pass is like 20 guys in front of him. I mean, they had a whole bench was out there. And this has got to be offside. Real is way offside. It's not even close, and they're just going to say that was a goal kick. They're saying that he was onside, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Look at how far offside he is when that ball is head. And Raul, that is what I should be saying, has this kick that's absolutely monstrously bad, but he was offside. That should have been called. But that's just the way it is. I think I took a defender off who was actually playing well. That's the sort of mistake you make sometimes. Maradona knocks it off of both defenders to get them away. Brilliant work. Charlton now. Over to Maradona. Beautiful pass to Casemiro, who scores easily. 2-0 Manchester United. No question about that one. And I think that with that goal, we finally have a positive goal differential here in the Champions League. It's been a long season already, and it's just started. Maradona here with his excellent pass to Casemiro, who knocks that one in. That was deflected off of somebody. Someone's knee got in there. I think Eriksen's knee touched it or something like that. I don't know. So it's 2-0 for United. And now the game's starting to glitch out on me again. We're used to that. And it's Brahim with the shot. Fortunately for us, that one is high and wide, so we don't have to worry too much about that one. And now let's just hold on. All we have to do is just hold on. Monseglio picks up a foul here, and he's going to get the yellow card, which is all right. I mean, he's getting stuck in. That's what I tell the press all the time. He's getting stuck in, and that's what I want him to do. I told him to get stuck in. He got stuck in, and we do not give up a goal in response to that. De Vici now knocks this forward for Rashford. Rashford is behind the defense over to Charlton, and can't quite find him. And now we need to play defense again and see what we can do. Well, there's Rashford running after it, and he's not doing a particularly good job of it. It's Ronaldo who knocks this one a little bit loose, and Martinez almost fouls in the penalty area. Fortunately, it was not called. Maradona then wins the ball easily, and he's set up a counterattack the way that he loves to do it. I mean, Maradona does this every single game, and there he is on the right side looking for help. He can pass it to anybody. Casemiro to Charlton over to Eriksen. That pass by Maradona, was so slow. I mean, I thought that we were in a time warp. Here's Eriksen now with the corner, And this is launched forward with some authority, but nothing happens at the end. It's De Vici who wins this over to Martinez, to Monzeglio, Maradona, Martinez, Monzeglio, Maradona again. So we got the triangle set up over to Eriksson, De Vici, back to Lev Yashin, and it's Martinez with it over to De Vici, and we've moved it up finally, Casemiro, and back to Monzeglio. And it's okay, we can play this way if we want to. A little bit of almost tiki-taka going on. I'm not quite sure what to call it, and I'm the one who created the tactic. It's De Vici here. We're going to go to the other side to Martinez, and he's lumped it forward to Ronaldo, who's finally found Maradona. That's the playmaker we're looking for, and Rashford takes a shot, and unfortunately that one is saved. And so we'll play for another couple seconds here, and I think we'll make a substitution. Maybe that will help the game stop freaking out. Rashford over to Eriksson again. Eriksson has this ball in a great crossing position over to Giggs, who crosses it again back to Eriksson, and there's a nice little 1-2, and it just does not quite work out the way that we wanted, and so we're going to see if we can come up with another substitution here, and I do think it's Eriksson who needs to come off. This would be an opportune time for Duncan Edwards to come on and to add to his legend. We have the ball again, though, first. It's Ronaldo with it, and see, the glitching has stopped. Oh, it started again there. Eriksson not quite able to get onto that one. They're going to call Rashford offside, and I mean, that's a kind of a, you talk about tiki-taka, that's a tiki-taka call, I would say. That's not very convincing to me. So we have about 15 minutes left. We don't really want to jinx anything because it's only a 2-goal edge, and we could always blow it. So let's make sure that we hold on. Martinez knocks this over to Giggs. Ryan Giggs on the left side has the ball, corrals it over to Rashford. Rashford down to Edwards. Edwards to Charlton. Not quite. And there's another shot by Edwards who kind of jumped up and hit that one almost with his knee. And it predictably was out of control and was nowhere even close to the goal. And so what was a good opportunity for us ends up going begging. You can see the second one, yeah, he does knee that in. And not really the smartest move in the world, but they're all wonder kids technically. So it's probably just a question of lack of experience. Maradona back to Ronaldo, back to Maradona. Maradona's brought it up and takes a aggressive shot, and that is saved again. Bobby Charlton, the assistant's telling me to take him off. Not in your life. Here's Maradona again. Rashford is tired. I don't care. You're going to stay in because we only have a couple minutes left. Let's stay in. Let's get this win. Let's get the win first. You can rest later. Here's Maradona with the free kick. Knocks his foreleg over Charlton. Cannot find him. And Ronaldo hesitated a little bit and then won the ball right after it was taken by the Real Madrid player. And then he loses it as he tries to pass. And it ends up being Giggs who's fouled from behind. There's no call. And that's a little frustrating. Edwards tries to win that, but ends up giving up a pass. And then Lovely Yashin was standing there the whole time with his hands in his pockets and laughing as the ball finally came to him exactly where he was stationed. Here is De Vici, who throws into Charlton. Over to Giggs. Back to De Vici. De Vici knocks it back to Yashin. Very good. Over to De Vici again. Over to Martinez. Martinez to Edwards. Back to De Vici. Fans are going nuts. They know there's only a couple seconds left. You can hear those whistles if you listen close. Here's Martinez to Edwards, back to Martinez to Casemiro. Casemiro looking for Maradona, cannot quite find him, and so we have given up possession just like that. But we kept it very, very brilliantly there for quite some time. I love to see what the possession statistics look like, and that is the end of the match. We win this one 2-0, another clean sheet for us. 2.04 XG to their 1.16, and yet we had 51% of the possession, so that's pretty good. That's better than those spells we had of having like 40%. We're getting better. We're starting to play together as a team. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.